Right, so in the shop today, we're doing front brakes on a 2006 Pontiac Torrent. I've already got the other side done. This is the passenger side. We have 14 millimeter bolt here at the top and at the bottom. And then we have two 15 millimeter bolts that hold on the caliper bracket, because we are going to be changing rotors as well. So let me get, first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take a screwdriver or pry bar or whatever you got handy, and I'm going to work on getting these pads pulled away from the old rotor and get me some room on the caliper there. Get that pulled off, then we'll get the bracket pulled off, and then the rotor just comes off. They're not screwed on or held on or anything. So let me get this brake caliper and bracket off, and then we'll get back with you. Hang on. Right, let's see if we can get this light any better. Maybe I'll just do without. There we go. Got the brake pads pushed away from the rotor. Got my bolts all loose. Like I said, these are a 14, top and bottom here. And that gets your caliper out of the way. And then you got two 15 millimeter bolts. They're a little longer. They go through the arm and into the bracket. And then once you get that out, then this is your caliper bracket. It's got the old brake pads in there still. And then this is the rotor, and it just wiggles off. Alrighty, so now let me get everything set up, and I'll get you putting the new rotor and pads back in. Hang on. Alright, I've got the new pads in the caliper bracket. I'd like to, there's little keepers that these pads ride in. I like to lube them up just a little bit because these pads slide in those keepers. And these pins right here, they also need to slide and move. So a person wants to make sure that they're free and move easily. Otherwise, you'll have bad pad wear because they will bind up. This one pin on each caliper was a little stiff and wasn't wanting to move, so I take them off. There's just little dust covers. You pull that whole pin out, clean up the assembly, and put a little more lube back in it, and then that allows that whole mechanism to slide back and forth on the caliper. So I'm going to get that all put back together. I don't have the rotor out yet, but I got drilled and slotted rotors. I got drilled and slotted rotors, and these are ceramic brake pads. We'll see how they do. Sometimes I usually like semi-metallic, but we'll see how these do. For like $90 for the whole front end. I thought that was a pretty good deal, especially for drilled and slotted rotors. But let me get this all back together here, and I'll catch back up with you in a bit. All right, these are the new rotors I'm putting on. Like I said, they're drilled and slotted. Got a nice coating on them. They came from Auto Shack. There's the part number. Came with two rotors. And I got the pads too as well. They came from the same place. So it's important to get all the oil residue off of these rotors. They ship them with oil on them to help keep them from rusting. So some brake clean, or I just use some lacquer thinner and a rag and just get all the oil off of them. That way they don't mess up your pads and your braking sequence when you're setting in your new pads. So I'm going to get this all put on, get this project done, and go take it for a ride and get them broke in. So catch with you in a minute. There we have it. New pads, new rotors all installed. Everything's all back like it's supposed to be. I'll get the wheel stuck on it. We'll drive this dude down the road, see how she does. All right, guys, have a good one.